Today's message is a thought process. This thought process can revolutionize your life right now if you choose it to be. However, it will have no effect upon you if you do not use it. To where that you consciously say, I choose to do this. I consciously choose to make these decisions. I have a thought process that comes to you in two forms. It's very commonly known. I had heard it for years before it suddenly gripped me. I remember one day I had this little saying written on the dash of my car. I gazed down and I saw this, and it was almost as though a branding iron was picked up and seared my brain. And I was so emotionally affected by it that I immediately pulled off the road and sat there for a long period of time contemplating what had happened. Because what I had read and seen for so long a period of time that had had no effect on me was, today is the first day of the rest of your life. And I'd heard that and I'd seen that for a long time. It had never had an emotional impact upon me. Nothing had ever happened. But suddenly a trigger hit. Suddenly a button was pushed. Suddenly something happened. Suddenly I remembered one of my favorite leaders, one of my favorite stars, one of the greatest men that I believe of all time, Benjamin Disraeli. If you read about him, he had many, many sayings, many thoughts that were so very, very valid. One of them that seared in my mind at that very particular moment was, every day man crucifies himself between two thieves. One, the regret of yesterday. The other, the fear of what tomorrow might bring. I looked at myself and I said, that's you, Tom. That's you. You live that way. You live that life. You're constantly regretting yesterday and fearing tomorrow. I felt that inside. I felt the regrets of yesterday. I felt the fears of tomorrow and what was going to happen tomorrow. I'd rather end my life now than to continue on the way it's been. I regretted yesterday, all the things that I'd done yesterday, and I feared tomorrow. I stopped and I said, surely today is the first day of the rest of my life. What I had to do was get in touch with my Creator. What I had to do was get in touch with my God. What I had to do was get in touch with me and resolve the past. And the only way that I could resolve the past was to look at those things that made me feel bad and regret yesterday and commit that I would not do them tomorrow. I would resolve that past by creating a new me. And suddenly I saw something and it said, today is the last day of the rest of your life. And I suddenly thought of that and I said, that's a truth. That is a reality. And I was assumptive. I was concluding, I was assuming that tomorrow I would be here. I looked around and I thought, what guarantee do I have that I'll be here tomorrow? Now I realized that this is not a negative thing. Today is the last day of the rest of your life. It is not a negative thought or negative projection. It is a realization that today, August the 7th, 1977, is the last August the 7th, 1977 that I will ever have. And I will have no more August 7th, 1977 for the remainder of my life. It is the last day. And it is also the last day of this period of time. And that there's no guarantee that I will be here tomorrow. And there's no guarantee that my loved ones, that my parents, that other people will be here tomorrow. And I looked around and I saw people doing things that hurt them. They would say, relatives, people would die and they'd say, oh, it's been so long. And I didn't tell them that I loved them. If I'd only told them that I loved them, if I'd only been open with my feelings with that person and shared how I felt about them in a positive way, instead of always sharing the negative side of me, I could feel good today. I regret not telling them that I love them. It's very easy to understand that philosophy when you understand if you'll do those things today that make you feel good tomorrow. Think about that for a moment. What if you were to start doing those things today that made you feel good tomorrow? How would you feel tomorrow? And understand that maybe not all those things would feel good today. You might have to work at it all that day, but how would you feel tomorrow? Could there be some results there? And if you felt better tomorrow, and you did the things tomorrow that would make you feel better the next day, how would you feel the next day? And then what if you kept doing this every day? How would you feel at the end of a week? Let's get really grandiose here. Let's really expand this out. What if you did everything every day for 30 days straight that would make you feel good tomorrow? How would you feel at the end of 30 days? That's a test that I challenge you to try. Try it. See if it works. I am not the Tom Willhite of yesterday or of years ago. I am a new being. I know of him, but I am not him. I no longer fear tomorrow because I know that tomorrow will be as I will it to be, as I choose it to be. People ask about luck, circumstances, other people. How do you control that? I take note that if the philosophy is valid, then there is no such thing as luck nor circumstance, that everything is a creation of mind. I can only say that, and talk is cheap. It really is. Even a bird can talk. The only way to prove something is by results. I suggest that you try it. I suggest that you look at it and challenge it. You don't have to believe what I have to say. All I ask you to do is try it and prove it wrong. We're on our way, and we have a purpose for being here. And I believe that purpose is to be fulfilled. I believe that purpose is to be of service to mankind, to be a giver. And I believe that every person here is here for a definite reason. And that is to be of service to mankind in some function, some capacity. And the more we work at being of more service to more people, the more fulfillment we will attain. The more we work at getting us together, being more natural, the more we will receive. I wonder how many of us have a goal, have a dream. I wonder how many of us have a clear, precise, concise vision of what we want to do with our life. I want to guarantee you, I want to assure you that if you'll get in touch with you and start dreaming, the book of Proverbs, it tells us that a people without a vision perish. And that is to say, a people that do not dream die. I challenge you to dream. Challenge you to dream with me of you being all that you could be, of you accomplishing the impossible dream, which is only impossible if you set that limitation. I challenge you to dream of you becoming all that you can become. Today is the first day of the rest of your life.